You're a victim.
No, I'm not a victim.
It sounds like it, ma'am. It sounds like it.
I'm not a victim.
So let me
But
ask you this. Tell me what your name is.
oh hell no.
Well, give me in a brief. Give me
Oh,
initials.
you
Give
could
me
call
something.
me
I don't want to
Joker.
call you Joker Sharks. I don't want to call you that stuff.
You could call me Joker, and Joker is
Okay, that's fine. That's
Charles.
fine. So,
Yeah.
Joker, I'm going to tell you this because I care about you. I want you to get on the hunt for a man. It will significantly improve your life, and the sooner that you do it, the sooner. Listen, I'm going to be honest. If you keep waiting, you're not going to get a man. Majority of men aren't coming into a relationship with a woman who has 2 kids already. Majority aren't, and I'm talking about quality men when you hear me talking. Um,
Do you consider quality men to be all men who are high earning? And
Nope. I consider a quality of man a man who works for a garbage truck, a man who pays his bills, a man who's not strung out on drugs, a man who's respectable. That's what a quality man is to me.
okay, because I have a quality man in my life right now, so
You
I
should
don't.
marry him.
Oh yeah, we're building up to that.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Joker. I gotta ask you, are you being honest? Do you really have a man in your life?
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I'm not
How
I'm
often do you
not
see
trying to
each
be
other?
funny.
How often do you see each other?
Not as often as we should.
Okay, so you don't
Because
really
I'm
have
out
a
of
man in
state.
your life. You have a long distance
Okay.
relationship, don't you?
Yeah, and I don't see why that's a problem.
It's a problem because you're not getting the nutrients that you need. If you you know how I know all of this, and I don't even know you, how I've called everything out correctly. It's because if you really, really had a man in your life, me and you wouldn't be having this conversation. He would have already dropped these jewels on you. You wouldn't think my information was so far fetched.
Actually, you but to think that all men think exactly the same, that's far fetched
They
actually.
don't think the same. They think typically in the confines of logic. Men aren't emotional like that. We don't. You will not go to any social media and see men saying, but what about the women? You won't see it. We don't get accused of something and say, well, what about the women? We don't do it because that's emotional behavior. Men, what we do, we assess the accusation that was just laid up against us. We assess that thing and we scan it up and down to see if there's any validity to what was just we were just accused of. You guys do that. And I'm telling you, if you had a man in your life, a quality man, sweetie, me and you wouldn't even be on here doing this because he would be dropped. Okay, ask yourself this. When you get off of the live with me, ask yourself, how did he know a few of those things about me? It's because I know that women who are in relationships, good relationships, they move different and they think different because their man has already told them. There was a woman I did a live with. It's got all of the views. Like it catapulted me, to be honest. The woman, who thought she was a 10 and whatever, she called her guy friend. Like, just so happened he called her in the middle of our live, and I think she was going to use him to check me about my information. But when I brought him up, they gave me his information. I brought him up on the live. About 10 minutes into it, he said, babe, listen, what'd you call me up here for? I can't see nothing to disagree with it. And he started breaking it down in areas to her. No, listen, here's why. I'll say this. And this is one of the turbulence people. Hey, ripples in the water. A woman does not even have any business raising her voice to a man. That is not where your power is at. Do you know when women had men wrapped around their fingers? It's when they had mastered the art of moving around and wading inside of their femininity. No! It's the only power you have over us. But you, instead of using your superpower, you want some of our superpower, which isn't effective for you to use.
Protect this man. Protect this man. Hey, fellas, we need to protect this man at all costs.
My brother, my
Protect this
brother.
man.
That's what a man does, sweetie. Men govern women. Women are called to be up under the authority of a man. What is your religion?
Spiritual.
What do you study to get you in furtherance of your worship? What book?
I don't study a book.
So you're a lazy worshiper then. Because, and I say that because of this, no disrespect, but I often tell people the little lazy bullcrap time that we give God, would you want that from your spouse? You never. There, white women started coming to California. I think it was UCLA. They were taking classes so that they were interested. These are white women who were interested in knowing more about black men because that's what they like to date. You could see their interest in black men because they went so far as to put the effort of learning more about them. Now, if we're worshiping God, but he gets our sloppy seconds, what type of worshipers are we? A lot of times, what I found, especially in the black community, we say spiritual to negate the effort that we know we're supposed to be applying towards that thing. Because see, God, whoever your God is, he deserves all that and then some. He deserves more of your attention than the amount that you've given me on here. And we have to work and we have to put our families together. So typically we can't read as often. What I want to say to you is this. Whatever your faith is, ma'am, you could tell me you're Islam. Ma'am, you're supposed to be up under the authority of a man.